featured items depending on which or what they go specifically. I might have to beads here. I'm gonna have to beads there. I'm gonna go ahead and silence him so he can't do much more than what he's already done. I'm shredding him. I don't think he understands. Again, I have the facilities to shred him now with this executioner, and now with only 3 of them remaining alive, and now he's like extremely out of position. I'm gonna be waiting for him over here, and that's his death. And now Chalk on his own is never really any much of a problem. He's gonna ult. I'm gonna use this to get away from the ult, and now they're in a bad position. They're literally staring right at me, and I do a lot of damage even to some of the tankier characters with the build in the current state. I'm gonna be able to kill him pretty easily with the help of my team. And now teleporting over here, this guy should be no pressure either. I did hit him with the slow, and now a flurry of auto attacks is going to be very threatening to him, and pick up that kill I will as well. Hello, hope you guys are doing well, and today I'm bringing you some Izanami gameplay. I'm playing some more Izanami because Izanami fun and broken, and this is a rank match. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, but if your only reason for being here was the build, then the build was at the start of the video in the form of a screenshot. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. Please don't hit me, she did. No aspect on the support either, which is very interesting. I'm gonna try to not take as much poke damage as I took earlier. He's gonna hit level 2 here soon, and I really don't want to get chained. That would probably result in death. Please don't go for me. He went for me, but he only hit me with 1. I am not hitting autos very well. I hit some good damage here. Why is she walking into her closer to our jungle, and now she's walking the other way? And then I weave that in between them both. I'm maybe trolling this match, fair warning. And I only just now figured that out. It is my first match on all day, so maybe I just need a little bit of a warm up. We'll get through it. Oh, you got the pluck. I'm gonna go ahead and hit her with the slow right after that. They're gonna go ahead and use the shell. I'm like having trouble deciding who my target is because one of them steps up. Like, see, the support stepped away and then just let her take all of the damage. Granted, I probably would have killed the support if he didn't, so there's that. We should just do camps. They're not gonna step up because I'm sure they saw the support over there. I have my escape, and coupled with beads, I could play a little bit more aggressively than I'm playing now and possibly pick up a kill here. He's right here. This is a kill. This is a kill right now. I don't know what I want to kill her too. I have to flick my mouse a little bit. Nice. He didn't have to take that, but he did. That's the life we live in. He also like risked dying for it, but you know, it'd be like that. I had to flick my mouse to hit that second ability though. Bruh. That's insane. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about that I couldn't because laning up against an Ares is always a challenge in the early game because he has really good clear, really good pressure. His chain's one shot, and you always have to kind of be focusing on not getting hit by that. But now I'm 1 kill in and an assist in. I won't have to use too much brain power. I can't talk in focusing on dodging his stuff. So. Anyways, I've been doing this thing recently with the videos. I don't know what order I'm going to release the videos that I have so far in. So I couldn't tell you if this is the first video where I mentioned this or the fucking 15th. So I am putting all of the builds that I use in my videos into the Smite God Builder system. So you can look up Daxonn and use the same build that I did this video. This is a build that's going to work in basically every situation, every game, if you will. Nice, big damage. Not gonna be enough to kill. Ooh, Neath ulting though. I'm gonna do quite a lot of damage here. Try to throw the ult out there to make sure that I can't die. Unfortunately, not enough to kill. I have to watch out for the hail of arrows. There it is. I didn't think she was in what do you call it, range, but she definitely was. That's unfortunate. Anyways, like I was mentioning, you can use this build. This build will work in every situation. Obviously, no one in this world or playing this game currently can make a build that's going to be good in every single situation because every single game you're going to go up against different people, going different builds, having different people on your team. Like, for example, this crit build wouldn't be as effective if I went up against a Geb, but am I going to make a build or am I going to change up a good build just in case you go up against a Geb? Obviously, that's not realistic. There's not going to be a build that's going to work every single game perfectly. Like, it's not going to be the best option every game, but there are builds such as this one that is going to work every game. Every game, you're going to do well with this build, even if it's not the most optimal thing, because again, that is impossible. But yeah, this build is also set up for auto build, so if you really wanted to just build this exact build in your game, or rather have the game build it for you, then you can do so. So yeah, just going to be a fun thing. And I'm going to do this with all of the videos that have been coming out recently or have already come out or are to come out. Again, I don't know when this video is going to release. So now every single video that you see around this time or any time after this will have the build done for you guys. So yeah. Anyways, I spent a lot of time talking about that. Our main focus during this laning phase is definitely going to be controlling the jungle camps around the objectives. If you guys have seen any of my ADC gameplay, then you know that's always going to be the case. In mid, very similar strategy is just controlling the jungle camps around the lane, especially in a situation like this, where while yes, we killed her early, we're not extremely far ahead given to him, you know, Sobek dying twice and me dying once. We're not going to be extremely far ahead. And the easiest way to gaining or getting far ahead is going to be controlling the jungle camps around the just general area, I guess. The ADC that can more consistently secure those is oftentimes going to be the ADC that does the absolute best in this lane. I'm gonna scare her off, she'll use her second ability and be out free. And now we just gotta wait for this jungle camp over here to spawn, and after that we need to back because we've got an item to buy. Generally, you don't want to back when there's like jungle camps spawning in, but after the fact, you're free to back and start stacking your items. She's really out of position. He's literally running straight into our entire team. She's going to miss a minion wave here, and I'm on my way. Make sure to call that in. I fear that she's going to let her get away. I'm going to go ahead and do this so that she can't ult us yet. It's going to be a huge slow. I'm gonna go ahead and beats that so that I don't get stunned and I can pick up that kill. Yeah, we're running. Oh, they're going on you, and he's low on mana. He has one cast in him right now. I can dash after him after he uses it to jump away. I don't know if I can catch up to him, but you might have to dive him. It might be worth. Oh, I'm tanking. This sucks. Well done. I didn't want to risk dying to him, so I had to make sure that I didn't go in. Obviously, if I didn't tank that first shot, then I wouldn't be forced to back up, and then I would have gotten the kill credit. Fine though, I'll take the assist. I'll take the assist, and we already did kill this, what's her face, and got her ultimate too. We traded ultimates, but her ultimate's a little bit more important than mine because it gives her CC immunity. Mine is just damage. Hers is CC and CC immunity. It's her initiation, it's her escape. Mine is literally just a circle with damage that silences her for a second. I really do need to back soon, but I kind of been overstaying my welcome. And then we'll start talking a little bit about the build. If you enjoyed this video so far, then make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Specifically subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos like this one. I post anything from gameplay videos like the one you're watching now, kind of gameplay build videos. I also post things like, oh, can I not? I'm so close to buying that. Let me just pick up some words. I already have words. Bruh. I post anything like gameplay build videos like the one you're watching now, to character guides. Like I actually already do have an Izanami guide up on the YouTube channel if you want to watch it, or just general guides like my complete beginner's guide to Smite 2. So if any of that type of content interests you, then do subscribe so you don't miss out on future content, and check out my channel because there's probably a video that I posted that you're already going to like / find helpful. And then also, I think she cleared this because she came out of the side of the jungle. Oh, and the jungler's here. Place a ward here. It's actually on my way to place wards. This is good. I want to make sure he doesn't stay, because if I were him, I would stay. And I won't have my jump for a little bit. So I'm just going to place that ward quickly and run away. Support doesn't really need to be here anymore. He could be rotating. Oh, but if she's going to step up like this, then maybe it's a good thing. This slow won't apply. Oh, wait. It's not immune to slows. I lied. Alright. Oh, I'm missing autos. I'll pick up the kill. Nice job. The support didn't do much there, but he did force him to walk away in like a direction in which he probably wouldn't have wanted to, and that ended up picking up the kill, or picking us up the kill, because if it was just me, she would have just ran under tower, and obviously I can't dive under tower. I didn't think she was going to be here, so I thought that the support being here was, it like served no purpose, but apparently I was wrong. Anyways, but yeah, what was I talking about before this? Oh, I also have a Discord server, so if you have any questions for me, or just any questions in general, if you're trying to get better at the game, if you need people to play with to include me, then you can join that Discord server. Also, if you just want some friendly people to play Smite with, non-toxic kind of place to play Smite, talk Smite, do everything Smite related, then you can go ahead and join that Discord server with the link down in the description. All right, now she's extremely far behind. So now my intention really isn't to run her down and kill her, because obviously she's not going to let me, but it's to use this huge lead that I find myself in to control. Now I've moved on from controlling just the jungle around this area, and now I want to control the jungler's jungle. Like, I want to be up in his jungle, invading his stuff. I'm going to go ahead and beat that. Again, another, you don't have to take all these kills, right? These are guaranteed for me. That's the second one. Bruh, I had to pull up and tell him because this is just dumb. At this point, it's just foolish. My jungler is coming up, so I don't want to completely fully retreat. I'm trying to see if he can get anything done here. We should have gone on this guy. This guy's extremely out of position. And instead, we're going on the guy that's like halfway across the map. This guy has no dash anymore. I won't be able to do too much on my own, unfortunately. I'm not like caring for kills, but when it's like specifically that one, like I literally need one auto, and he chose to explode the execute at that time. Oh, I'm getting ganked by the mid laner. I'm coming to this Ares. He decided to be extremely out of position. All right. We'll not get anywhere near saving him, and not only will we be able to kill him, but probably this is going to be a very good Gold Fury moment. Neith is here for the secure. I have my ultimate if need be. If anyone shows up, I could just drop the ultimate, and it does a pretty decent amount of damage, but it doesn't look like that's going to be necessary. Nice, we're able to claim a kill on that very aggressive, definitely overly aggressive enemy support, Ares, and then we'll pick up the Gold Fury, and it's a good time back in my lane. Still have a pretty humongous lead up against this Artemis, especially when we take a look at the gold. Like, that is an insurmountable lead for her. She is on the back foot, and again, my goal here to continue to keep up this lead is to basically continue to control the jungle around this lane, but then also now I want to make sure that I expand my lead more onto the other side of the maps. Me killing her over and over again and taking her jungle over and over again isn't going to do much anymore at this point. Let me just kill her real quick. Isn't going to do much at this point. She's already extremely far behind. She's already not going to do a lot in this match anyways. So my goal now is kind of taking it away from this lane and taking it to the other lanes. Primarily, it would be the jungle. If you can safely take his jungle, you're helping your team and harming them through that process. But also pulling off rotations like these where I can come to mid and maybe pick up a kill or two, like this one. Just an easy 200 gold that I just got on that guy because he decided to lazy back. He's here. Oh, and unfortunately did catch me before my dash went off, and now I have a pause, so I have time to contemplate. He's backing. Okay, I'm good. There might be another person here. I don't think they'll catch up to me. I'm gonna like book it to the other side of the jungle, make sure that I'm safe. All right, let's start talking a little bit about the build that I'm going this match. You guys already saw this build multiple times. I'm going to start with the starter item. First of all, Gilded Arrow is oftentimes going to be your bread and butter of this build, and it's going to be the obvious option when you're building crit. Note, this is an Izanami crit build, as it's noted up here. So we're going to be going crit. If you're going crit, oftentimes Gilded Arrow is going to be the item that you go for. The reasoning behind this is that it gives you critical strike chance already in the starter item once you upgrade it, and that is very useful because it allows you to not go like too many crit items or not to go rage. Rage is an item that gives you a lot of critical strike chance, and that's about all it gives you. That item is just pure crit. You're giving up on things like attack speed, you're giving up on things like extra damage or power to get a whole lot of crit. But if you get this as your starter item and you're guaranteed that crit eventually, then you can go into utility crit items that won't just give you crit but much more, such as Demon Blade, which gives you attack speed. Why is my mouse auto attacking? Anyways, items like Deathbringer, which will actually increase the damage of the crits themselves. So you can get these items and do quite a lot with them, whereas if you're going an item like Rage, you're just getting crit. These items offer a lot more than crit. And then after that, Devil Gloves. There's a purpose for Devil Gloves. I know a lot of people don't like to go into the Oh, dude, if you want to fight, I'll fight. I don't much mind for that. Let me go ahead and silence him so that he can't ult me. That's like the biggest thing, is I don't want him to ult me. And obviously I could counter his ult with my beads, but if I could not like save the beads and use the whatchamacallit ult instead, then obviously the ult's on a 70-second cooldown, the beads is on a 150-second cooldown, so I'd obviously rather just use this one. I'm gonna dive him pretty hard here. His only recourse is gonna be to ult me at this point, unless I just continue to miss my auto attacks. Jesus, that got close because I can't hit autos. If he decided to ult me, I would have obviously then beads. But that's 2 nice kills, 1 on the jungler, and I'm glad, because again, eventually you don't want to just kill the same person over and over again. They're worth a lot less. They're kind of just, there's no real, they're not worth the resources at that point when they're this far behind. You're much better off, again, rotating outside of your lane, picking off some of the jungler's farm, pulling some good rotations like the one you just saw there, and I was able to kill 2 people that are not only probably worth a little bit more than the Artemis, but also it's worth more to the enemy team to lose them, because if they lose their jungler, then our jungler can then go ahead and invade some of their jungle camps. Obviously, if I kill their jungler, then their jungler isn't going and killing our solo laner or our mid laner, so on and so forth. Pretty self-explanatory stuff. And then I go back to the similar routine of just farming. I want to make sure that I keep on top of my farm, and so on and so forth. Anyways, the reason behind Devil Gloves, I know a lot of people don't like to go Lifesteal pretty early on, but if you do, yeah, I keep wanting to like go over this topic, but at the same time, like, I did hit the slow on her. I'm gonna dash over this. If she takes this over here, then I'll take it after. I'm gonna do some good damage. There's really no point in chasing her. Again, her dying to me isn't worth a whole lot, but now that there's multiple people here, I think that if I'm able to be here and win this fight for our team, then obviously I can also then turn this into a Gold Fury, much more than just killing a couple people. We should probably just do Gold Fury if you can pull up. If they show up, we just win the fight, so. Oh, okay. I haven't killed this Hecate yet. Nice. She's gonna teleport me over here. I'll take it. No reason to burn the beads. Let's go ahead and do the Gold Fury. Alrighty. I hope he doesn't pop the Naga here, because we definitely don't need it. You should save it for something else. Good. He's not using it. And this is huge. Like, this is basically borderlining just straight up the end of the game. I mean, our gold lead is insurmountable. If you look at the gold lead is insane, literally over 10k at this point. The gold lead that I have between me and her alone is accounting for a great number of that. And again, sure, a lot of that is due to me killing her a bunch of times. A lot of that is due to just controlling the jungle and pulling off those rotations, because at the end of the day, it's not just about your ADC lane. If you destroy your ADC, it doesn't mean you're going to win the game. It just means that you destroyed your ADC. You want to make sure that at some point in the match, I'm not saying 5 minutes in, but you know, around the 15-18 minute mark, as you see up here, you start pushing for either heavier rotations into other lanes like the ones that you've seen me execute, or at the very least, kill your laner and grab your team, rally them together to go for something like a Gold Fury. If he ults me, I have the beads available if I even want to use it. Now that she showed up and I have no beads, I have to make sure that I'm not under tower. Ooh, this is bad. Thank God they didn't go for me. If I were them, I would be W keying me right now, because it's worth a lot for them to kill me right now. I'm 9 kills in. I'm gonna stick around, but again, no beads is a little bit scary. I need something more than just a Sobek here to do anything with this. I need the solo laner here. The laner's teleporting in. The laner needs to do something crazy, and then I'll go in and literally destroy them. Do they know I'm in here? This is a good time to go in. They are completely distracted by the solo laner and have no idea. I feel like he knew I was there, but the minute that the solo laner started charging up ult, he kind of lost track. Let me not die. Very close to dying. Which again is bad, because you would imagine that the further ahead I am, the kind of more shit I can get away with, but it's quite the opposite. The further ahead I am, the like safer I have to be, because the minute they kill me, they get like a lump sum of gold. I hope that you guys can't hear my keyboard. I forgot to check that before I started the recording. So if you can hear my keyboard in this one, I do apologize. I'm sorry. Anyways, we got to continue talking about the build. We've been so busy talking about other stuff. So yeah, The reason for double gloves, you can choose not to go it if you want, and that's where the situational items come in. If you don't want to go for the devil gloves, then I recommend something with high power, something like this Dagger of Frenzy that I put here. Or later on, you can start with something like Dagger of Frenzy into Rage or Odysseus Bow. Any of these items would be good. These 3 items would be good as like a first or second item if you don't like going Lifesteal. But I'm going to tell you the reason that I do go Lifesteal. It's not really so much for getting lifesteal while you're attacking them and out healing the damage that they're doing, and it's more like in lane you can negate some of the poke that you take, and you being able to heal in lane and sustain in lane, it's not just higher chance to kill the enemy, it's a higher chance that I have enough health to stay for this next wave and you have to back. It's a higher chance, what's up with my chat? It's a higher chance that I can stay to pick up this jungle camp while you have to back, right? It's staying in that lane and getting those extra 2 minions. It's getting that jungle camp that's about to spawn because they don't have enough health to do so, and you can sustain through lifesteal, right? And while a couple of minions here and a jungle camp here isn't going to make the biggest of difference, it's obviously going to do quite a lot regardless. Let me go ahead and just make sure that we kill her pretty easily, grab our unstoppable badge, and I'm on my way over here. He's doing quite a lot on his own against 4 people. I have my beads available as well as my ultimate, so I'm literally fearless right now. I'm gonna go ahead and silence them to ensure that they can't get away. Use my beads here, reposition behind one of them. Fortunately, I'm taking too much damage. I needed to maybe more heavily reposition behind my Ymir as opposed to slowly doing it by auto attacking. That is my mistake, but at the very least we should be able to wipe them here if my support decides to pull up with his full health bar anytime now. Thank you. Now we have a couple options here. You guys can do Gold Fury or Pyromancer. I would recommend Gold Fury because it's better, but Pyromancer's closer. So there's that. It is a mistake on my part allowing myself to die, but it also does give me a great gift that I get to talk about this build that I should have gone through. So that's the reason for Lifesteal. If you don't want Lifesteal, again, Dagger of Frenzy and Rage are decent, I guess. After that, Learning Bow, oftentimes you're going to find yourself needing some anti-heal as a hunter. We have the enemy chop, we have Lifesteal on our enemy ADC. So we have reasons to have the anti-heal, but to be honest, I don't buy this Learning Bow for the anti-heal. I buy it very much so for just this right here. These little things, you can use them. They're basically auto attacks. They can crit, they can do all of those things. They do a lot of damage, and you can use them while you're auto attacking. I could literally be doing anything and use those items. I could be auto attacking with my 1, throwing my 2 ulting, and still cast those all at the same time. It doesn't take up an extra action. I could literally use them like this. I'm auto attacking them, using it at the same time. It just leads for an immense amount of burst. She's in this bush or something. We should kill her before she's just gonna ult. God, we were able to kill her. I did take a large chunk of my health, but literally I'm looking at the map and I see that there aren't many people near this, so I should be able to secure this for sure. I do have the teleport to stop the split push if I really want to. Do I care that much about that tower? No, but here we go. I might not be able to stop the split push, but I can kill her after. No beads, so if she ults, she definitely gets away. And now we're at the point where it's even scary. It's scarier to fight her because despite the fact that we're really far ahead, at this point the builds are equalizing a little bit, and it will come up to just who hits more auto attacks. All right, that's most of her like strength gone. She doesn't have the trap to threaten me, and she no longer has her second ability to increase her attack speed, so she had to walk away after that. Anyways, as I was mentioning with the build, the Learning Bow straight up just is a big burst of damage that oftentimes in the late game is going to be a really nice way to pick up a kill, especially considering that when I auto attack, I slow myself quite heavily. It puts me in a bad position, especially when we're surrounded by enemy players. But this doesn't slow me, right? I use it, it doesn't slow me, it's on a short cooldown, I can use it constantly. You can pick up kills without putting yourself in any danger, or you can just basically burst people down faster than you could just throwing auto attacks, and that allows you to not be up in the brunt of the fight, right in the front lines trying to pick up a kill. And you know, you kind of reduce your time of exposure to any danger that you may have, and that's why I think that item is still, even past some of the nerfs, pretty decent. So around this time that you want to go and start build into your crit, you want a little bit of attack speed before you get critical strike chance, and now with the attack speed from Learning Bow coupled with the attack speed that this item itself is going to give you, that's going to be very, very effective. So ulting out did our support. We're skirmishing here. If this fight leads to someone winning, then we will win. If we win off of this, we will get the fire giant, which is very, very important. However, I'm literally missing like my entire team right now. Oh, I beats very late, but it ends up being fun. Let me go ahead and silence right under his feet. I think I missed. Oh, she's on me. She wants me so bad. And then I ended up killing her anyways. Imagine being that useless. She got close. I will say that. I want to stay in a helpful capacity, not in a accidentally get clipped by an ability capacity. So I might throw a slow in there. He's going to throw him right into me. That could have been very dangerous for me, but it doesn't look like he was paying attention to the fact that I was here sitting at 0% health. Do not get clipped by any of her abilities. I want to be here in case they need me, but I also don't want to put myself in a position where I die. Because if they win the fight here, then I need to be here for this fire giant, and I can sustain off of the fire giant, no problem. He's behind you guys. I should be able to out-sustain any damage that he can deal. Oh, I totally lost track of that guy. I totally forgot he was a thing. And unfortunately, he got me killed. That's crazy. Well done. So he killed me, and now we can't do fire giant for sure. So maybe that was a mistake on my end. Anyways, it gives me time to talk about the build, so I'm going to take it as a blessing. Demon Blade is going to be the absolute best option for critical strike chance in the early game because it gives you that attack speed. It doesn't give you too much critical strike chance, but when you hit that critical strike chance, the subsequent 30% attack speed that you're going to gain from this item on top of the 15% that it already gives you is literally fight changing. Oftentimes it's going to be a big unexpected burst of damage that your enemy carry won't be able to fight, oftentimes leading into a kill in the early game. So grabbing this item early is very nice to have. Alternatively, if you don't want to go Lernian's bow because you're not good at using it, or because you really don't need any anti-heal, or whatever the case may be, you can instead go this second item and then go Odysseus bow after the fact, and that ends up being pretty good as well. Now we are getting into our tank shred options. So we have these first three items to assist us in bursting down some of the squishier characters. They give us a decent amount of power, a little bit of attack speed, a little bit of crit. Now it's at this time of the game when you're getting this fourth item that you're going to reach a point in which you're going to have to deal with some of their tankier characters. You're going to be rotating into fights where you're going to be running into the support every single time, sometimes running into the solo lane. These are characters that are going to look at you at this stage of the game and see an easy kill, right? So you can't let that happen, and you're going to have to start building into some tank shred. Now the question is, which tank shred item are you going to go for? Because there are two valid options, Executioner and Kinsblade. Well, it's easy. One of them counters high health bars, the other one will counter high defense. So literally the easiest way to tell is going to be, what are they building? I press tab and I looked at this Chalk's build and I see that he's not building into heavy health, so I can counter him using the Executioner. I look at his build and same thing, he has a prophetic. This is heavy protection building, not heavy health building. Now obviously some of these items still do have a pretty large amount of health, but nothing compared to like if they go something like a Gauntlet of Thieves. So when you're asking yourself which should you go, it's literally press tab and look at what they're building. Now again, if you're a newer player, you don't know what all the items do and you're just using this as an auto build, you're going to get both anyways eventually, so it's going to work out fine. But if you want to super mid-max your build, then you will switch your tank shred items depending on which or what they go specifically. I might have to beads here. I'm gonna have to beads there. I'm gonna go ahead and silence him so he can't do much more than what he's already done. I'm shredding him. I don't think he understands. Again, I have the facilities to shred him now with this Executioner, and now with only 3 of them remaining alive, this is probably going to be a tower into a fire giant, if anything. I'm gonna be able to just destroy this tower. We should look into a fire giant. I don't think we can siege against the Hecate. Very successful fight. We were able to shred 2 people pretty easily, even though they only had us to focus on. Again, smartly used the beads. Didn't get CC'd, and then silenced him after the fact, so even after he burned my beads, he couldn't do much after that too. So it just ended up working very nicely. I also like that the Mordred stayed behind. He's doing a really good job of distracting the only person that can steal this. Because this other person, while he can steal it, it is possible. It's not going to be easy for him to steal it, whereas the enemy mid laner need only literally throw out a random ability in here for a chance at stealing it. This guy would have to bird bomb pretty easily, or like pretty on like time and on target to steal this. And obviously he's not going to be able to do that, so we grab this and the blade as well. I'm gonna attempt to go for a split push. If you guys could like group up in the left lane or the mid lane and just kind of push that, I could literally just one-shot the tower over there. I'm gonna take the speed if that's okay. All right, so we mentioned that already. So again, if they go something like Gauntlet of Thebes, then you're going to go for Kinsblade first and counter that item. If they go Prophetic, like they just did, Executioner is going to be your best bet. And obviously, or sorry, not obviously, honestly, if you don't really know which to buy, err on Executioner first. A lot of times that's going to be a lot more versatile than the Kin size on its own anyways. So that's going to be all fine and dandy there. I'll talk about the next two, or rather last two items here after I'm done split pushing, because I'm of a mind to just split push this Phoenix real quick while they're distracted. I did give my team instructions to group up mid and run it up mid so that they're not looking at me and instead they're looking at them. And obviously I don't show up on the map right now, so I should be able to do this pretty easily. I did pop the blade very aggressively, not for the health or the health reset, but for the attack speed instead, to ensure that I can just tear down this tower ASAP. I don't see a lot of people use the blade in that manner, but you can if it's something that you have available to you. And then I'm going to try to reposition over here. Did end up running into him, but to be honest, like he was never really too much of a problem. If he teleports on me, see, I should have been able to do that. The beads will save me. And now he's like extremely out of position. I'm going to be waiting for him over here. And that's his death. And now Chalk on his own is never really any much of a problem. He's going to ult. I'm going to use this to get away from the ult. And now they're in a bad position. They're literally staring right at me. And I do a lot of damage even to some of the tankier characters with the build in the current state. I'm going to be able to kill him pretty easily with the help of my team. And now teleporting over here, this guy should be no pressure either. I did hit him with the slow. And now a flurry of auto attacks is going to be very threatening to him. And pick up that kill I will as well. Managed to basically win this game. We distracted them by securing that Phoenix on the right side. Killed 3 people, and now this game is all but over. Last item is going to be Deathbringer. Deathbringer is self-explanatory. You have to create items now with your starter item and the Demon Blade. So you have a good amount of crit. Deathbringer is going to give you all of the crit that you need, more in this build, and then also increase the damage of your critical strike chance. This is like your final item. This is like what you're looking forward to. This is your big power spike in the late game. And then after that, finish it off with a tank shred item that you didn't go before. So if it was Executioner, then go Executioner. If it was Kinsblade, then go Kinsblade. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure to like, comment, and specifically subscribe. And with that out of the way, here are some of the stats. I don't know if I mentioned the Discord server, the Twitch, and all of that. If I didn't, just click the description and take a look at all the links that I have down there. And then finally, you can go this build in your very next video if that's something you want to do. And you can set it up in your next video. Sorry, your next time playing Izanami. That one's already up there, as well as for some of the other characters. I've been talking for too long, so you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and I love you. Bye.